Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you're doing well. So firstly, apologies if I sound very nasally today. I've had a really bad cold the past couple of days, so I was going to film on Monday, but I practically spent the whole day in bed asleep, which is very unlike me. So I'm a bit behind filming stuff, but I still wanted to film something for you guys today to make sure I had something to upload on Friday. So today I thought I would talk about some of my winter skincare essentials, that being face, body, hands, as well as some kind of like makeup bases, just everything really, as I know this time of the year can be especially harsh on your skin, so it's always really good to know what products we can use to help combat that. I am lucky in the sense that I don't suffer from especially dry skin. My skin is more on the normal to oily side. It's definitely more oily in the summertime, however during the winter time it's definitely more on just the normal, and my T-zone does get a little bit oily. However, I'm lucky that I don't suffer with extremely dry skin, but I still like to make sure that my skin is extra hydrated during this time of the year. So the products I'm going to be talking about range from drugstore to high end, so there hopefully will be something for everybody that they can all be able to purchase themselves. And if you've got any recommendations of products that you really like to use to help take care of your skin during this time of the year, then please leave it in the comments down below. And with that being said, let's get started. So first up, I'm going to be talking about some face masks that I really like to use during this time of the year. And firstly, we're going to be talking about some specifically sheet masks, and these are a couple that I really have been enjoying recently. The first one being, which I have mentioned in a favourites a while ago now, is the Garnier Moisture Balm Tissue Mask. This is quite a new product from Garnier themselves, and I originally found these in Boots. They're very inexpensive. They're only like £1.50 each, which is so good, and it being a sheet mask, they are very good travel companions, and I always take these away whenever I travel. It's just very, you know, just like your normal standard sheet mask packet. And this mask is specifically, as the name suggests, for hydration, and all you do is you just tear off the top and then you place the mask over your face, and then it comes with like an extra blue film which you sort of peel down, and then you adjust it and smear it all over your face, and then you leave it on for about a quarter of an hour. Take it off and your face is full of hydration. I like to use these around once a week in conjunction with a variety of other masks, just to make sure I keep my skin looking super hydrated, and just to make sure that it doesn't get super dry at this time of the year. And another sheet mask which I'm actually yet to use is this really cool one from Nails Inc. Oh, this is like washing me out. Yeah, this is from Nails Inc. and I actually got this when I was away with my boyfriend. I just saw this in Boots and I thought it was so fun. If you can see on the front, it is like, it's a cat face mask, so I was like, that's epic, I've got to try that, because you know it's always even more fun if your sheet masks look like something, because sheet masks can be a little bit scary and intimidating. And I know whenever I've worn a sheet mask around my boyfriend, he's just like, holy crap, like, you look insane. But this one will be so fun to try, and I kind of feel like I've been saving it for like a special occasion, just because it was a little more on the expensive side. This one sheet mask was around £5, which doesn't seem excessive, but for a single-use sheet mask, if you think about it, that is quite expensive. And it says on the front it's for normal to dry skin, and it's just a brightening sheet mask, so it will hopefully just help brighten my complexion and just prevent it from looking very dull or tired. And again, like the previous one, you leave this on for about a quarter of an hour and then you just take it off. And then I like to use a cotton pad just to help sort of like massage in any excess sort of like serum left on my face, and I like to take it down my neck as well, as because your neck does age as well, and it does feel like the conditions outside as much as your face does. So always remember to take your skincare down your neck as well. Trust me, your future self will be very grateful of it. Next is an exfoliating mask that I have been loving for a very long time now. It is one from Lush, and this is actually an empty one. Actually, TMI, I had to go rescue this from the bin because I realised that I threw it away, but I wanted to include it in today's video. And this is just the Cup of Coffee Exfoliating Face and Body Mask. I have been using this for probably a good few months now, and I've gone through quite a few pots of these. It's basically well, it smells of coffee, and it's basically just a very sort of like thick face mask that you smear onto the skin, and it's got lots of sort of like fine granules in it, and it smells of coffee. And then you smear it over your skin, you'll leave it on for about, again, a quarter of an hour, and then as you wash off with a wet washcloth, I like to massage the product into my skin just so the granules can really help exfoliate my skin and get rid of any excess dry skin on my face. I like to use this one again around once a week, just so I can make sure that my skin is well exfoliated and there isn't any kind of like dry flaky patches on my skin. Not that I normally suffer with that, but I just like to make sure that that doesn't happen at all. I believe this small pot here I think it's around £10. I can't remember exactly. You can get like different sizes of the Lush sort of like fresh face masks, and they definitely have a lot more in their range. So if you don't like coffee, or might be too harsh for your skin, there are so many other face masks by Lush, and I guarantee there'll be one that is perfect for your skin. And I love Lush face masks. They're full of amazing ingredients, they're all vegan, great from the environment. So yeah, Lush face masks are definitely amongst my favourites. Next, I'm going to talk about just a couple of general skincare items that I have been loving. This is the Origins High Potency Night A- Mineral Enriched Renewal Cream. That is a mouthful. Now, I originally found out about this from watching Kathleen Lights and her skincare routine that I think it was one that she filmed about last year, and she mentioned this night cream that she uses every single night, and I was in the market for just trying out some new skincare items, so I thought I'd go out and buy it, and I have not looked back since. I've been using this for a good year or so now, and it is just your standard nighttime moisturizer. It just comes in a pot like this, and oh my god, this thing it's incredible. As I said, I don't suffer from like really dry skin, but I do find that my skin can look very dull and tired looking, especially at night, and this has been an amazing nighttime moisturizer. You don't need a lot, but I just apply it obviously after my serum and taking my makeup off, and in the morning my skin always feels so like smooth and plump, and it just does a really great job of keeping my skin well hydrated overnight. And I could not go without this. Like, I would be scared to try any other nighttime moisturizer because I don't think one could do as good as a job as this one does. It is Origins, so it is a bit more on the pricey side. It's around £30, but it's so worth it. You can also get an oil-free version if you are very oily. I do sometimes make the mistake of buying the oil-free one, so it's kind of a pain when I have to go back and like exchange it. But regardless, this little pot has been an absolute gem to me the past year or so, and it's been especially handy and good to my skin when I've been travelling as well, and it just really helps keep it well hydrated. Another skincare item that is essential for this time of the year is an eye cream. Now, I remember I always thought eye cream was one of those really pointless steps in my skincare, and I didn't need to do it. That was before I really realised how like dry and flaky my under eyes were, and I suffer from really bad dark circles, so I literally cannot go a day without using, or a morning without using, an eye cream now. I really love the Clinique All About Eyes. This is the specifically rich version, as again I have very bad dark circles, so I need all the help that I can get. I have tried a lot of different under eye creams because, as I just said, I have really bad dark circles, so I've been trying a lot of different eye creams in the hopes that it can help not necessarily eradicate, but hopefully lessen the appearance of them slightly. And this has definitely been the one I think to help with that the most. It's, as you can see, it's a very thick formula, so you literally need like the tiniest dab ever, and I'll just dab a tiny amount under each of my eyes and then just tap it in and help blend it out underneath my eyes. And I will use this morning and night. I never used to use eye cream in the morning, and then I discovered that like my concealer was creasing a bit, so I started to use my eye cream in the morning, and it definitely helps with your concealer. I highly recommend that if you're having troubles with concealer, if it's looking really like dry or flaky, apply a little bit of eye cream, not too much, otherwise might have the kind of like reverse effect. And always make sure you give it enough time to properly soak into your skin. And then yeah, I found that really helped to improve how my concealer was looking during the daytime. But yeah, this just does a fab job of keeping my eyes super hydrated, and it's Clinique, so they're pretty well known for their amazing skincare. Again, this was quite expensive, around £20, but this little pot lasts me a very long time just because you need a really tiny amount. So if you're in the market for a new eye cream, I highly recommend this one. And now I'm going to talk about a couple of my favourite body moisturisers. My favourite kind of like all over body moisturiser is definitely the Soap & Glory Righteous Body Butter. Soap & Glory, it doesn't get talked about enough. Like, I know there are a lot of YouTubers who do talk about Soap & Glory, but I think it's probably one of the best skincare brands out there, especially for the price. It's sold in Boots, but it's sold at a really good price, and it's very affordable for say like students. And this is just a all over body moisturizer. As you can see, I am very nearly out, so I need to go stock up again. But yeah, I just use this all over my arms and legs whenever I get out of the shower, and at night time as well, just because I get quite dry legs. So I used to really slack on moisturising my body, and then I started to use this and I really started to know the difference in my skin, so I carried on using it and it's not let me down since. As I said, you can buy Soap & Glory from Boots. They have a number of like different like body moisturizers. This just says it's with softening shea butter and aloe vera, and it just does a really fab job of keeping my skin well moisturized. Another Soap & Glory item that I love is their hand food hand cream. If you know me, I am like a hand cream like devil. I cannot go like an hour without like moisturizing my hands or something. My hands probably get the driest out of everything on my body, and obviously it's because you're constantly like using your hands with stuff, but I just hate the feeling of having like dry hands. I always carry hand cream in my bag, and I apply it a lot whenever I'm outside. But yes, this is probably my favourite hand cream that I just keep on my bedside table here, as I just like to have one that's easily in reach, just so I can, you know, apply it several times throughout the day, just to make sure that my hands are staying well hydrated and aren't feeling horrible and like dry and crusty. Yeah, this is just hand food, and it is the non-greasy hydrating hand cream with butter, macadamia oil and marshmallow. My god, this smells so good. Like, oh, I could eat this stuff, like literally, it's so good. And again, it's Soap & Glory, so it's very affordable. So yeah, this is probably my favourite hand cream. One other thing I'm probably addicted to is lip balm. Oh my god, I never thought I would say that I'm addicted to lip balm, but I am. I cannot go like even half an hour without having like some kind of lip balm or like moisturising thing on my lips. I hate the feeling of dry skin. I don't like it. I hate the look of like having really crusty, gross lips. Probably the best, you know, lip balm is honestly just the Nivea Vaseline. Like, it's just the best. It's like £1 from Boots, and like honestly, you don't need anything that fancy. This is just the vanilla and macadamia one. Very posh. I also really liked the rose one as well, but I thought I'd try this one this time. It just comes in a pot like that. And yeah, this is always never far from my sight. I take it everywhere with me. I actually have several. Top secret there. I like to keep one in like every single bag, just in case I forget my lip balm, because like I've done that before and I couldn't wait to get home so I could just reapply my lip balm. What is my life? I'm addicted to lip balm. And the last couple of things I'm going to talk about in my winter skincare essentials are a couple of sort of like base makeup items. The first being is a primer. I know this is not necessarily skincare, but a primer is normally the first step in your makeup routine, and it can really kind of like determine how your makeup is going to look and wear throughout the day. And my favourite one for this time of the year specifically is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm normally somebody who prefers to use more of a pore minimising primer just because I have quite large pores in certain areas, but I found that my makeup was looking a bit too matte for my liking and I wanted to look a bit more healthy and dewy, so I got this recently and I've really been enjoying it. It is a replenishing face primer with coconut water and skin revivers, and it is silicone free, and yeah, this just helps my skin look super hydrated and awake. It smells of coconut, so it's really good, but again, if you don't like coconut then you probably won't like this. But yeah, there are plenty of other primers that can do just as good as a job as this, as it is quite expensive because it is Too Faced, but this is probably one of the most talked about primers out there, and I highly recommend it if you're wanting a new primer for this time of the year. It comes with a really handy pump, so that also gets an extra gold star in my book. And the final thing that I'm going to talk about today is setting spray. Oh my god, what did I do without the setting spray? Like, this stuff is like magic in a bottle. Oh my god, I can't even explain it, but yeah. Setting spray is also an essential thing this time of the year. I find if your skin's looking more dry, it can often make your makeup look a bit more cakey and powdery, and I just find setting spray is that one thing that just helps not only lock your makeup into place, but it really helps everything look a lot like more melted into the skin, and just helps everything look a lot fresher on your skin, and just stops everything looking like a dry flaky mess. And also it just, you know, helps your skin against the horrible conditions out there, especially if you live in Britain. It's very windy and rainy, so this will help stop your makeup going anywhere throughout the day. So yes, if you haven't invested money into a setting spray, then I highly recommend you do so. You don't have to buy the Urban Decay one. I do also really love Max Fix Plus. There are a number of drugstore brands like NYX and ELF, I know, do sell some really great ones as well, so you don't have to spend like £20 on one. But yes, if you haven't got yourself a setting spray, then I highly recommend you do so, as it has like changed my life, literally. So those are all my winter skincare essentials. I hope you found this helpful, and again, if you have any winter skincare items that you really love, then please tell me about them in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe before you go, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.